Alright, so in this problem, I have 2 to the power of x is equal to 3 to the power of x plus 3. So to solve this, I'm going to first take log on both sides. So I have log 2 to the power of x is equal to log 3 to the power of x plus 3. Now if I have something in the form log a to the power of b, I can move this exponent b to the front. So it's going to equal b times log a. So in this case, I can move x to the front for log 2 to the power of x and x plus 3 to the front for log 3. So now I have x times log 2 is equal to x plus 3 times log 3. Now if I distribute log 3, I get x times log 2 is equal to x log 3 plus 3 log 3. Now I'm going to subtract x times log 3 on both sides. So these two cancel out and I get x log 2 minus x log 3 is equal to 3 log 3. Now if I factor out x, I get x times log 2 minus log 3 is equal to 3 log 3. Now I can divide both sides by log 2 minus log 3. So I get x is equal to 3 log 3 over log 2 minus log 3. Now I can rewrite this as 3 log 3 over log 2 minus 3 log 3 over log 3. So then these two cancel out, and I get 3 log 3 over log 2 minus 3. Now log 3 is equal to 0.4771, and log 2 is equal to 0.3010. So this is equal to 1.4313 over 0.3010. And that is equal to 4.755. Alright, so in this problem, I have x to the power of 3 equals 1. So I'm going to first start by taking the cube root on both sides. So I have the cube root of x to the power of 3, which is x, and the cube root of 1, which is simply equal to 1. So we already have one solution of x. Now, I'm going to get more solutions. So this time I'm actually going to subtract 1 on both sides. So I get x to the power of 3 minus 1 is equal to 0. And if I have something in the form a to the power of 3 minus b to the power of 3, this is equal to a minus b times a squared plus ab plus b squared. So in this case, this is going to equal x minus 1 times x squared plus x plus 1, which is equal to 0. And this gives me two equations. I get x minus 1 equals 0, and x squared plus x plus 1 equals 0. So for x minus 1 equals 0, we get x equals 1, which we already got before. And for x squared plus x plus 1 equals 0, we can use the quadratic formula, which is negative b plus or minus the square root of b squared minus 4ac all over 2a. So in this case, A is 1, B is 1, C is 1. So get x is equal to negative 1 plus or minus 1 minus 4 times 1 times 1 all over 2 times 1. This is equal to negative 1 plus or minus the square root of negative 3 over 2. And square root of negative 3, this is the same thing as the square root of 3 times the square root of negative 1. And if you guys already didn't know, the imaginary number I is equal to square root of negative 1. So I get the square root of 3i. So this is equal to negative 1 plus or minus the square root of 3i over 2. So these are actually our three solutions of x. We have x is equal to 1, x is equal to negative 1 plus the square root of 3i over 2, and x is equal to negative 1 minus the square root of 3i over 2. Alright, so in this problem, I have 4 to the power of x plus 4 to the power of x plus 3 is equal to 130. So to start, if I have something in the form a to the power of m plus n, this is equal to a to the power of m times a to the power of n. So 4 to the power of x plus 3, that's going to equal 4 to the power of x times 4 to the power of 3, which is equal to 130. Now I'm going to factor out 4 to the power of x, so I get 4 to the power of x times 1 plus 4 to the power of 3 is equal to 130. Now 4 to the power of 3, this is equal to 4 times 4 times 4, which is equal to 4 times 4 is 16, 16 times 4 is 64. So now I have 4 to the power of x times 1 plus 64 is equal to 130. Now 1 plus 64 is 65, so I have 4 to the power of x times 65 is equal to 130. Now we obviously want to isolate x here, so I'm going to go ahead and divide both sides by 65. So then these two cancel out, and I'll be left with 4 to the power of x is equal to 130 divided by 65, which is 2. Now to solve this, we can obviously tell that x is going to be less than 1, because if you plug in x for 1, you get 4, just 4 regular. So I'm going to first start by rewriting 4 as 2 squared. And now I have 2 to the power of 2x is equal to 2, meaning 2x equals 1 and x is equal to 1/2.